This is Ben Gusikwan, a 17-year-old with a men's ATP ranking and a career high as the 37th best junior player in the world. And that was achieved when he was 15, which is when I played against him exactly 2 years ago. And of all the players I've ever played against, he was probably the most impressive. The video has nearly 500,000 views, and exactly 2 years later, I'm back for revenge. At the time, Ben was a pretty small guy, and for tennis, height is pretty important. So he had to make up for it with some impressive hand skills, but I was interested to see, will I still get outclassed by one of the most skilled players I've ever played? Will I overpower him and beat him with experience? Let's find out. Now, one quick update before we jump into the video. As you saw in last week's video, I had to pull out of my event in Greece with a wrist injury. Essentially, it was just a bit of overload, and today is my first point session back. So I was excited to see how my wrist felt and how it held up, but I'm happy to announce I'm going to be back to competition very soon. So subscribe if you're excited, and now let's see what Ben's got to offer. Right guys, so here at the NTC, we couldn't go outside on the grass. Now, it's my first kind of match since this little issue with my wrist, so not an excuse, I just haven't played any matches yet, so it's more of a test for me to see how the wrist is. We're gonna get a little warm up in, do my wrist exercises. I get prepared. There he is. There's the big, well, not the big man, the man. Now, the physical warm up for me was super important. I do a lot of band work to activate the shoulders, the core, a lot of those key muscle groups which you're going to be using in tennis, and of course also warming up my wrist. Ben, thoughts on the set we're going to play? Do you remember what the score was last time?
What was the score last time?
I think it was 12-10 to you after I messed up a match point.
Oh yeah.
What do you reckon? 4th most viewed video on the channel. Are we going to surpass it with this one?
I think so. I'm hoping, guys, if you sort us out, you know.
You want to film my new tension? See what Ben thinks about my new tension.
Oh wow. Wow.
What are your guesses on what that tension is?
It's going like 34, 30, 26. What? That's like 17.
17 pounds. And then, wait. What do you think the tension on this one is? Also, in the lead up to Bali, I'm going to be wearing this heart rate monitor at every session. What I'm trying to do is build up to the same intensity that I was doing in Indonesia. Absolutely track everything so I can be as prepared as possible. So put this on and start tracking it. So jumping onto court, I was really apprehensive to see what Ben's level was like. Now, I knew that it was going to be really tough to catch him off balance, especially with his low center of gravity. He was really able to just move the ball anywhere, and you can see me here hitting pretty big in the warm up already, just trying to kind of gauge what his timing was like, how he was reacting to different balls, and I was really just trying to get some feel and also kind of, you know, go for a couple winners. I feel like genuinely Ben might get a little bit psyched out by the cameras. I'm hoping I can take advantage of that to my benefit. You can instantly tell though, with Ben, it was going to be really tough to catch him off balance, so I knew I'm going to really have to go for my forehand as much as possible and come forward to the net.
What predictions? Or if I take it, 6-3. That's what I think.
Alright, cool.
And the final piece of the puzzle was going to be the serve. I'd really have to use it as much as possible. Having flashbacks to the accuracy and pinpointness of Ben's serve. Drop your score predictions in the comment section. I want to know what you guys think.
That's public right there.
Felix, right there. Up or down?
Go up.
It's up.
Go receive.
Receive? Alright, I'll start off serving. So let's jump into this set now that we played. I wanted to start off on the right foot, make a lot of first serve percentages, and get as many free points as possible, especially at the beginning of this set. This camera angle was amazing. I think it really gives a great perspective of how we're hitting the ball, the power, the height over the net. I think it would be great if we could watch tennis from this angle a lot more regularly, so a lot of the points would be from this angle. You can see this point already, just a display of how Ben's able to change that ball line, mix in the drop shot, really keep me guessing a little bit, and then soft hands over, bang into the corner. I knew this was going to be a tough set after that point, but some strong serving there, kind of getting me out of trouble. I really wanted to make sure that the first couple of points in each game were really solid, setting a good foundation and making sure that I don't get broken, because that was going to be absolutely key. And you can see already Ben just coming forward, being absolutely ruthless. As soon as I drop that ball short, he's on it straight away. And I was having flashbacks to when we played last time. But a strong start on the board was definitely what we wanted. Now, I definitely felt that when I was in defense, he would also press the net quite a lot. So I had that in the back of my mind, so that whenever I was, potentially on defense, I was really looking for that. And you can see me here, seeing that he was a bit further back, not quite executing that drop shot well enough. He was up to it super quickly, and little points like that. And you can see I've hit two really good returns, and on this point here, absolute scramble at the net, really just trying to dink around with the ball, find the right angle, and I managed to put a winner down the line. Big point there, but those two returns that I hit were really, really good depth, but he kind of was able to neutralize pretty effectively, and just overhitting that one slightly. I've been playing around with my string tension recently, trying to just make it a little bit looser, especially so it's a bit more friendly on my wrist. And you know, as you might know in tennis, there's super small margins, so those small differences make a bit of a difference. So just really trying to feel secure with a new tension is quite difficult, especially when my opponent's playing some insane level of tennis, like you're seeing here. Those first 2 points really putting me under pressure in this service game, and I've really got to have a good response here. I like the fact that I took that backhand early, taking it to 30 all. This is an absolutely crucial point if I want to win this game. Going with the forehand, really trying to put some good pressure on. I think that was a very good miss. I was quite happy with that overall. Not quite where I wanted it to go, but I think definitely the right shot. You can see us here battling it out in the backhand cross court, really going for it, but just missing long. Same thing again. Right, so we touched on it a little bit before.
Yeah.
We played last time about 2 years ago. What would you say for you of the last 2 years has been like your biggest focus? Because I remember when we were playing, the three things which stood out were pinpoint serve, like guy was serving literally like a laser. Your timing was a joke, like on the grass you stayed so low. Obviously it's a bit different on the indoor hard. And then the third thing was like the touch and the volleys. I know I posted an Instagram clip recently where he missed a volley. That's the only one I have on camera, so I have to post that. But like, what have been the three things you've been focusing on like in your game, you know?
I was serving pinpoint. Now I've gone to platform. So it's much better for like my rhythm and stuff. Serving much better like that. Secondly, like becoming like a physical beast. I feel like it's quite important for me. It's needed. Can't not be serving like 140, especially like that.
Well, you told me you're training with like Draper this morning and stuff. So like, what's it like playing with those guys who are hitting like insane shots?
Got to respect the ball. Like no matter what, like their level's so high. But I mean, as long as you're doing the things like you can control on your side. So down a break already, definitely not the start we wanted, but I don't necessarily think I did much wrong, just overplaying those two shots. So I think it was key that I kept my confidence up, because that was going to be crucial. But I have to play very aggressive tennis. You know, balls like that where he's able to cut the angle really effectively made it really difficult to anticipate where Ben was going to play. That little comeback here.
But I was determined to fight back and get a break, and I knew that coming forward was going to be key. Being as aggressive as possible was going to allow me to get a lot of free points, which is definitely what I needed. Absolute scramble down there to that drop shot, sky hook shot to get back, and I'm kind of back and huffing and puffing, and oh, what a painful ball to miss. That was super frustrating. I should have hit two hands on that one. In hindsight, obviously the wrong shot to play, and in the moment you're not really thinking too much, and Ben straight away with the pressure. He was really on me in this set, not really giving me much, but I knew this game was so important, so I wasn't going to let it just slip away.
Just changing the pace so well, and with the new balls it's so hard to actually get on top in the rallies. I think I've just got to be a bit more aggressive.
Ben with another break point here. I was really under a lot of pressure, I can't lie, in this set. I knew that I really had to just try and hang in there, come forwards, do whatever it took to try and get through this one. A solid first serve. Ben putting the return pretty deep, not letting me get on that forehand, and that movement out to the forehand side, not as fast as I would have liked, and just putting that ball into the net, and again, return onto the baseline, drawing me in with the drop shot, hits the net cord, didn't think it was going over, and suddenly I'm break point down again, even though not too much as I've done wrong. But that's just, I guess, when you're playing someone who's constantly on you, putting that pressure, it's really tricky to kind of close it out, but again, fighting back, trying to stay consistent in that point. And what really impressed me was Ben's return depth and his accuracy. You can see me there absolutely scrambling into the corner, and once again facing a break point, and the return landing on the line and getting broken.
If you were to play in Wimbledon, would you rather play against Alcaraz or Sinner first round, or have a really easy first round, like a qualifier or a lucky loser?
think that's as good as Alvarez, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just play like
That's what I was thinking. Because I was
memorable and like memorable.
Now, so far in this set, I don't necessarily feel like I've been doing too much wrong. I feel like the level's been very, very high, but I was determined to find a break. I was eager to get a break back on the board, and returns like that were definitely going to help. Having confidence to take the kind of the ball out of Ben's racket, because I felt like he was dominating a lot of these points. Not really because of what I was doing. He was just playing some really high level tennis. As you can see here, 30-15, a crucial point. Ben really trying to attack it more into my backhand side, I felt. So switching it up with the backhand slice, coming forwards, kind of taking me off guard a little bit. At this point, absolute scramble, just trying to get out into his backhand side, and just an absolutely outrageous slice going down the line there and giving him another game point. And I just felt like I wasn't doing too much wrong. And somehow I was 5-1 down. And with that being said, I was not gonna let this one go easily. And there it is, a serve and volley again, giving me a crucial lead in this game, and I managed to win it. And now I was about trying to break back and not let Ben win this set. Great return there, keeping me in it. I think one of the things from this set that I learned from kind of watching it back is how important little points are, like that, just missing the top of the net tape, going for the right shot but the wrong execution, and you can see me down here, and Ben putting away the volley, and honestly, hats off to Ben, some really high level tennis.
Right, so Ben's beat me fair and square. Pretty solid performance, to be honest. He was absolutely clinical, didn't let me back into the match. I'm feeling a little bit hard done by, so I've challenged him to a rematch. We're going to do tiebreak to 10. Yeah. It's my revenge. He's 2-0 on me now, so even if I win this, I'm still 2-1. But I think I might be a bit more suited to a tiebreak because I play a lot more tiebreaks on the channel. So I'm hoping I can kind of get the better of him here. So let's give it a go. Let's try and come back, because I felt like I didn't quite get into that one. Whereas tiebreak, we're both warm now. Yeah. And let's see what we can do.
Now I'm locked in. Now I can't lie, that first set kind of annoyed me. I really didn't feel that I was able to put the scoreline pressure on Ben that I kind of wanted to. With that being said though, wrist didn't hurt, and I thought the level was very, very high. Irrelevant of the score, this tiebreak was going to be different. I was determined to show my best level in this tiebreak, really show Ben what I had, and also be a bit more aggressive in these points, really try and hit that backhand, as you can see here, a little bit deeper, to try and find some of Ben's weak spots. He did like to come line, so I tried to expose that. And you can see me here with a 6-love start. Definitely a much stronger performance than in the set. Now it was about trying to close it and bring it home. An absolutely outrageous point. Can I get to the drop shot? Not quite. Definitely kind of gassed out the lungs there a little bit, and Ben's kind of mounting a little bit of a comeback here. 7-3, just going for the lob, just missing it long to go 7-4, and 7-5 comes around, and I was beginning to get a bit tight here. And Ben's ball just travelling wide, opening up a little bit of a gap, going with an underarm serve. Ben being super relaxed, going line, backhand pass, exactly what we wanted, and Ben doing it straight back and taking the point. But I've got 2 chances here to try and close it out. And we take the tie break. At least I won something today, and I can leave on a positive note.
But with that being said, I like to set a like goal for these videos. And I know we promised these guys a rematch on grass. Yeah. So how many likes on the video are they going to have to smash to get a rematch on grass this time?
12?
12k.
Go 12.
Okay, we're going to go 12k likes, yeah. And we're going to rematch. Smash the like button if you want to see that. And no, I really appreciate you, Ben, for coming out, humbling me as always. I've got some work to do in preparation for tournaments in Asia, so that's what's coming up next. Stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate all your guys' support. I'll see you guys in the next video.